All right, here with the 3-time back-to-back world champion. How does that sound?
I mean, sound amazing. I had maybe one of the best final ever. I had one crash. The other one was just I tried to save it, but overall, I mean, the fuel stop, the tires, everything was just amazing. I can say. I saw during the 5 minutes of warm-up, my car was a little bit slidey, but I knew that the clay compound works okay. And then when we started, I was behind Canas. I tried to push him, and then he crashed. So at that point, I say, okay, we have to keep my rhythm and drive like I know and try to do well. And then he flamed out, I think. So unlucky for him, but I mean, he won the Euro and I won here, so I flamed out the Euro. So
yeah, you guys actually. So one thing I noticed, you came in maybe 720, not really 730. Yeah. Was you worried about the fuel mileage? Because obviously what happened to Canas is he ran out of fuel. He just made it past the line and then ran out of fuel. So did you know going in that because it went so close, you had to take it safe?
Yeah, I mean, like you know, the lap time here is quite long. So or you make 7 or you make 8. So to make 8, you have to be 850. You have to flame out. So when we come inside to the pit lane, I told to my dad if I have to push or not, and he say, okay, keep this rhythm. We will do a splash and go, and on the 5 minutes to go. We knew we had some margin, so we did it, and super easy. Yeah, super happy. Everything was on point. So what can I say?
Yeah, I think that pretty much sums it up. I think you have to rush to the press conference, but really great job, really great run. You was definitely the class of the field today. Congrats for third time in a row world champion, and thank you for the interview.
Thank you to you guys. Thank you.
Elliot Boots, second best driver in the world.
First loser.
For the first loser, yeah.
I'll say it before everyone else says it.
Okay, but that being said, I think this is your best result at the Worlds. A really good run. Had a bit of a fight in the with Canas at the end. Came out second. I think you're still going to be quite happy.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, it's my best result by a long way at Worlds. Car was great. I couldn't have done any more today. Davide was just too quick on the day. But you know, we'll go to the next one and we'll see where we end up there. But I'm really happy. I'm really thankful for everyone that's supported me. It's been a long week, and we've slowly, silently been working our way to where when it matters, we put the result in. So yeah, of course, I'm over the moon.
Yeah, one interesting aspect is the tires, because Juan Carlos, obviously he had his tire blow up at the end. You caught him then and went by. 3 tire manufacturers in the top 3. You're obviously running hot race, the top hot race driver. Some drivers said that they had kind of issues mid-race, the tire changing too much. But I felt you was kind of on pace all the way throughout. Was it like that for you?
Yeah, you just had to stay on the line. Like, you couldn't run wide. You had to stay on the black line. When the tyres are finished like that, if you run wide, you really know about it and you really lose some time. But I mean, I was just checking my tyres out there, and like one of my tyres was close to blowing out. It's got some serious damage. And I see Davide's car. He had a bit more tread than me, obviously. But still, I'm not really bothered about that. This is like a win to me. So yeah, we'll be celebrating like a win. I'm dead happy, and like I said, I'm super thankful.
Yeah, really good result for you. You was driving excellent today, and one thing that's in the back of my head, you went to the Americas this year, you won at DNC. Next Worlds are going to be in America. You're coming off a second place to World Championship. You're in a good role. Do you feel like already that next time could be yours?
I hope so. I prefer that kind of style track. This is not really my favourite style of track. I think this is where Davide excels in these sort of conditions. Where I grew up on more like the American style track, kind of more blown out. I had a good result at DNC, but anyone can. I think maybe 15 or 20 people can win any race we go to. It's just who is the guy on the day. And today was, not quite our day, but our day in some sense. But yeah, if it's in America, I'm down. I like those kind of style tracks. We'll see how the European guys do when we have to go on that side of the pond. But no, yeah, I'm happy in all conditions, to be honest.
Yeah. Congrats for the second place. You're going to be having a lot of fun tonight, and thank you for all the interviews this week, and especially this one.
No, thank you. Thanks for doing what you do.
Okay, we're here with Juan Carlos Canas, top qualifier, start on pole, then unlucky flame out just after the line. You flame out, coming to the pit lane, and then also in the end you had your tire come, the foam come through. You was in second before that tire issue, but still I think you was hoping for the win. You was right there with Ongaro. How was the main for you? What's your feelings right now?
Yeah, of course, we want more, but you need to be happy to be on podium, of course. It's awards on Spain, so it's happy to be there. About flame out, yes, bad luck, of course, because final was more warm than semi-final, and then you start to need more fuel. Also was a little bit rich on the bottom, but yes, just 4 seconds more and I go on the pit. And after that, I pushed 120% to catch Elliot, and I was thinking about the tire broke at the end, and finally happened. But I need to try for make the second.
Yeah, I think there David came a bit close. You had enough of a margin to hold third. Do you think you could have done maybe something differently for these things to happen? Do you think the issue with the engine tune and so on, or do you think maybe the tires were so out at the end? Do you think you would have a chance to beat Ongaro this time?
You never know. Maybe we can change the engine and it's not enough, or maybe try other component and not beat. You never know. You need to go to 60 minutes final, and yes, today he was faster, so congrats to him. And of course we work on that component. Of course, I know Jason is super boss on this. And on the engine, yes, we will try things also on the engine for the next only Worlds race, next race, of course.
Yeah, now Ongaro has gone 3 for 3 for Worlds. You always have 2 for 2 in Euros. You two kind of battling, switching these championships. Do you feel still, okay about this result, or do you feel a little bit like this was your championship?
I don't know. Of course, if I want to make like him, I need to start to win the next year, the other year. If I don't do it, I will get too old, I think. But we will see. We will see.
Yeah, Juan Carlos, really good race. Unlucky in the main. A lot of things happening, not going your way. But I think you'll be definitely back in 2 years. You already won on American soil. The Worlds will be in American soil. What do you think now, looking 2 years from now? Where do you think you'll be in America? Do you think you'll be as comfortable as you was here?
Yeah, I go to America on the last year, and I feel pretty confident there. The first Dirt Nitro challenge I hate because I never go there and was so difficult for me. But the last Dirt Nitro and also Silver State with super bumpy track, a slippery track, so completely different here. I feel confident also there, so I think I improve in America now, compared before,
Yeah, I think that's absolutely right. Third is still a good result in the world. You're third best driver in the world. Congrats on your results, and thank you for the interview.
Thank you to you.
All right, we're here with David Ronefalk. Was charging at the end to go for third. As Canas had a broken tire, but fourth in the end. Looked really tough at times, but at the end you managed to get by Bruno, go into fourth. How was the main for you?
I would say it's probably one of the tougher ones I've driven so far in my life, in terms of just adapting to different conditions out there. Like at some points, cars were jumping outside, bringing dust into the line, and you had a lot of pickup. Then lost grip in a couple of corners after. Then obviously starting on threads, I think that my fronts were probably gone before the rear, so I felt really strong, to be honest, like the first 10-15 maybe, like the first 2 stints I would say, and then after the second pit stop I just had, I don't know, it felt like the car just was broken, like I couldn't even go straight. So I was struggling with oversteer and loose rear end, and it felt like, you know, something happened. So I was like, you know, I was on the mic pissed, of course, because I was right there, and I had like probably 4 mistakes in 3 laps. Yeah. So that kind of, you know, dropped me back 20 seconds in 3 laps. And after that, I just said to Max, like, I mean, I was saying the car was broken, obviously it was not. So after that, I just tried to reset, tried to keep on pushing. You know, I was still in the fight for 4th, even with those crashes. So, like, it was 45 minutes to go from at that point. So I knew it was long race, and, you know, Canas had a flame out. Luckily for him, he was, you know, past the loop, so he didn't lose the lap. But, you know, there's a lot of stuff that can happen in 45. So I just tried to, you know, keep making laps and try to drive as good as I could. So I had this like stint there between 15 and 25, I would say, into the race, where I kind of really struggled with the feeling of the car and how to drive it. After that, you know, I started to pick up some pace again, I would say. I was kind of close with Bruno on the track for a little bit. He pulled away as I made a mistake, and when I made that mistake, like, Ongaro came up to lap me. And after that, you know, I was right on Ongaro's rear end for 10 minutes or so. Like, I know he's not pushing at that point, but, you know, I was able to kind of, you know, get back to Bruno's rear end, and kind of still in the fight for a 3rd place, I would say. Unfortunately, I had one more roll with 10 minutes to go to so, and that was kind of it. So after that, I just tried to, you know, I had nobody behind, so I was just sending it there the last 5 minutes and trying to get Bruno, and he rolled it, so I was able to get by him on the back double section there, and yeah, 4th. I mean, it's obviously not what we wanted, and I think it's difficult because, like, the week was really going well for both of us, I would say, and then today the whole mix-up thing with the track conditions and clay compounds and everything, and running tires that we have never driven before this race, and it's not easy, you know. I'm sure that Ongaro, the tires that he used, he was on those tires at least a couple of times before coming into this event. So yeah, it's good to be free, I guess, but it's also kind of hurting because it's like you're throwing things on your car that you haven't been driving before, and you have to adapt, you know, in 5 minutes of warm-up before you go in the world's main. So it's yeah, it's kind of a bittersweet feeling because towards the end I was good. I'm kind of upset with myself not being able to kind of put it together there in the middle of the race, but all in all, 4th place, yeah, I mean, it's okay, but it's obviously not what I wanted.
Yeah, obviously you're a world champion from almost 10 years ago now. The next Worlds are going to be in the United States again. And it's going to be 10 years from your previous win. I think realistically you're probably one of the only Europeans who is going to be on paper stronger there than you're here. So what do you think what can you take from this Worlds to going into the next one in 2 years?
Well, I mean, we had another solid, you know, week, finishing in the top 4. I was pretty much never outside of top 5 the whole week, I would say. So in that way, it was a solid week, but obviously we're not here to finish 4th, right? So definitely in those conditions, we need to kind of figure out, you know, the tire game and the setup for the tires, which is difficult because you never get anything like this. You know, the track is in, you know, prime race conditions at the moment, so you don't get to drive on this when you just go to the track and practice. So it's very hard. So for that reason, you know, I can't really wait to get another shot in 2 years in the US. I hope the track will be blown out as crazy, because that will definitely separate the field a lot more. I like driving on this, but I still prefer kind of a little bit more old school tracks, I would say. So yeah, just, you know, I'm happy. You know, it's 3rd place at the Euros, 4th place here at the Worlds, first year with X-Ray. It's definitely not bad results, but obviously I'm looking for a lot more. So we're gonna keep on working and hopefully be back in 2 years and in the USA.
Yeah. 4th is still not bad, as you said, and I think for X-Ray it's a pretty strong result. You had 2 cars in the main, and then 4th and 5th. So you guys must be somewhat happy, even though you didn't get the big win. So yeah, congrats on the 4th. We'll be waiting to see you in 2 years, because I think you're going to be one of the favorites going in, no matter where it is in America. congrats for the results and thank you for the interview.
Yeah, thank you. And I just want to say big congratulations to Ongaro for a third straight world title. That's impressive. He was lights out from the start there in this main today, and obviously Canas had a flame, but I don't think he would have been able to kind of touch him in the main as he was driving. So really impressive. Congrats to him and his whole team. And I'm gonna try to stop him from taking fourth in a row next time around. So we'll see.
Yeah, thank you, David.
Thank you.
Bruno Coelho finishing 5th at the World Championships, starting from 11th. It's looking at that, it's not too bad, but obviously I think you wanted more.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I think all the guys in the final, they want to win the race, of course. It's for sure, I have the feeling ending these Worlds and how it went on the qualifiers and practice and everything, that we were ready, for it, and we were on the point to fight for the win. And then, now, the feeling is very bad, I would say. But, that's racing. We are always learning. And it was one more hard race in the end.
Yeah, one thing I already chatted with David about tires, because today when everyone went to clays, some people felt more comfortable, some people felt maybe a little bit less comfortable. Ongaro definitely seemed to feel very comfortable. But you guys, from what I understood from David, it was kind of a tough one for you because you have so many options and then making the right option for the right time. You guys already had split. David has raced on his car, you have Sismic. So how do you see that?
Well, brutally honest, I think we were stupid, honestly. Because nobody today actually tried softs. That was what we were running all week, let's say. And today nobody tried. Because basically there was one driver that tried softs and after 20 minutes he was like bold. And we were like, okay, maybe like soft tires won't last 1 hour and the tire will be like not good. So we immediately skipped the normal compound, let's say, and we started to drive clay. And I think it was a mistake. And I think Ongaro, I'm not sure yet, but I think Ongaro won on normal compound. I don't think he was on clays. I'm not sure about that.
I think I interviewed him. He did say clays, but but in the semi he was still a normal compound.
Yeah, and I think we should have tried at least and to see how was the pace and everything. And then we work on the setup around the clays because the clays are completely different. How they work on the car, they make the car very edgy, very difficult to drive. And I think that's reading the race. And now after is always easier. I think we should have tried. At least someone from the team should have tried and to see how they worked.
Yeah. Car-wise, do you think there would be something you could have changed going into the main, or do you think it was mostly sort of miscalculation about tires?
Well, I think so because when we were all driving exactly the same tires, because until the qualifiers everybody was on the same tires. Let's say everybody was on medium or soft or super soft, but they are exactly the same. We were one of the fastest all the time. Me, David. The car was working pretty good. Also, we had many X-rays in top 20. So I would say our car was working really, really good. But now when we changed the tires, you could see that the clay tire were fitting very well some cars, and some other cars with exactly the same tires they were not working. So I just think that the tires messed up everything. We also get messed on this, and in the end, I think we chose the wrong tires, and was like a bad call from us, I believe.
Yeah. Obviously, you're on road, 10 scale, always spec tires. So for you, maybe the tire choice and understanding where the tire, maybe not so natural, because for these guys, they drive only 8 scale. For Davide, he drives pretty much only 8 scale, so he knows exactly what each tire feels. Do you think for you guys, that would be one thing going for the future, having sort of a set of tires that you know how they feel? So when you go in a race like this, going out to the track, obviously for you it's much more difficult that you run so many classes, but do you think that's something that you would like to get, that little feeling of before you go to driver's stand that this tire is going to feel like this?
I don't really think, because we have many people around which we can rely on, and like they have the experience and they know what normally they use and everything. I just think that, of course, having spec tire will be much easier for everyone. It's not the excuse. I mean, all motorsport in the world are on a spec tire. Just this class is open tire. But still, it is what it is, and we need to work for it, and the brands work for it, the drivers work for that. They are ready. One more time, Ongaro showed that he was ready for the final. I mean, Canas had that flame out, which I don't know where he finished, where he would end up if didn't flame out. But still, one more time, he proved that he was ready and he knew what to do at the final.
Yeah, at the end of the day, though, you guys were 4th and 5th. You got to be happy with 2 top 5s for your team, both driving FX, X-Ray, the whole package. You proved your speed in qualifying. Next Worlds are going to be in America. I think for you that will be more difficult because David, obviously, he loves American tracks. For you, do you think that's going to be something you wanna like take part in to begin with, and do you think that's something you can really push for in 2 years?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I never raced 1.8 off-road in America, I believe. I might misunderstand, or I must make some mistake, but I think I never raced it in American 1.8 off-road, so it will be my first time. Of course, if I'm going to race the Worlds there, I will need to practice a lot. But honestly, I normally adapt very, very easy in all kind of tracks. I mean, if you remember about Australia, I was also in the semi. I was catching already Ongaro when I had the flame out, and the track was completely different. Like it was so many bumps and holes and super difficult track with many jumps. And I mean, I was still fast there, so I'm not really afraid about any conditions, and I'm ready for that.
Yeah, that's good to hear. And obviously for you, I think next week you have the 10 scale Euros, same with Marcus. So do you think switching between classes, that's something that's more difficult for you, or do you feel that having that wide experience also is a strength in one sense?
Yeah, I think the drivers that do multiple classes, they don't really get they lose like 10-15 minutes to get used to a new class. Normally for us, it's not a thing that now we need to stay 3 or 4 days testing just to get used to it. It's just tough, of course, after a week and a half that's staying here, because we also have the preparation before the Worlds. It's just tough because we are tired, so much stress, so much adrenaline going on. It's more about that than really, the race itself.
Yeah, good luck for the 10 scale Euros. Congratulations for all the results, 3rd in qualifying, the TQ in Q5, 5th now in the end. Yeah, good luck for the 10 scale Euros. Thank you for the interview.
Thank you.
Burak Kilic, 60 minutes now behind. You finished 6th overall. Looked like a really tough main for you, but in the end, still 6th. I think it's a pretty good result. How did it go all for you?
I mean, my car, my engine and my tires was just awesome, and I'm still really happy that I finished 6th, and I think I was aiming for the podium. I was in 4 when I flamed out, and I mean, that's racing, and
Yeah, I actually forgot to mention that right at the second pit stop coming in, or coming like around that window, you was at the end of the straightaway. Was it running out of fuel, or what was the flame out about?
I was like, actually, I don't know what happened. I just refueled, and I think 640 or something, I flamed out, and yeah.
Yeah, really unfortunate. Luckily, you didn't lose too much, but still enough to be away from the lead. In fact, you had to come back up, and you made your way to 6. Did you do anything for the main? Did you change something, or do you feel like you could have had something to be more in that fight too?
Actually, I leave my car exactly the same as semi-finals, and because it was awesome to drive, and I just want to give a huge thanks to Adam, my dad, and Mugen, Ninja, and Sixmig, and all my other sponsors, and yeah, thank you.
So now you're 6th in the world. I can't remember exactly where you were in 2022, but it was something similar.
I think I finished 13 because I had a glow plug issue last year. So again, bad luck, same as the Euros. But I mean, I was in the final and better now than before.
Yeah. In 2 years, we're gonna go to the United States. We've been in Europe twice. You have already gone to Silver State this year. Do you think that's sort of where we want to take your career moving forward, preparing for those Worlds in the United States?
Of course, I want to aim also. I think everyone wants to aim for the win, and we try again in 2 years in the US. Yep.
Yeah, really good results here at the Worlds. Burak's been really fast at times, and 6th in the world is not too bad. Congrats for your results, and thank you for the interview.
Thank you very much, Max.
Okay, Robert Battier straight after the A final, 7th overall. Maybe not anything special, but I think 7th is a pretty good result for you.
Yeah, it's pretty good. I think we made some changes for the final, and I think they were a bit worse than in the semi-finals. So I tried to get used to the car, but I crashed like 2-3 times, and it cost me so much. I mean, in the Worlds final, you cannot have the crashes. But then, yeah, I kept pushing. I had a good pace. I got to the 6th place, but at the end it was kind of a nightmare trying to be on the line. And yeah, that I think Burek arrived to me and overtook me very well. P7. I think it was a good Worlds overall. I was the oldest in the main.
Yeah.
It's my 8th final, so I mean, 8 Worlds final. I think nobody has 8 finals. I have to check. Maybe you and Kenan need to do that. Yeah. And yeah, I mean, happy overall, to be honest. Since, I mean, from we are coming like 4 or 5 months ago, I think we did a really good job.
Yeah. And now your first Worlds with Mayako, obviously. Last time here, you missed the main. Now you're back at the A main. What do you think? Do you think it's a good for Mayako too, or like was this the goal all along, or what's your feeling in terms of Mayako and this project? Because you've been taking a lot more responsibility than you've ever had before in your career. So what do you think about that?
Yeah, to be honest, I beat that guy. To be honest, I'm learning so much more than I've never learned before. And yeah, of course, I mean, it's good to be on the final for the brand and also to show people that the car is going well. I mean, you cannot be in the main final if the car is not going well. So yeah, I think, I mean, it will be a good push for the brand, and of course we will be moving forward and putting on the market the few new things we did for that race. So that's it.
Yeah, great run for Robert. World same main at home too. Probably your last words at Spain.
Yeah, for sure.
Unless we come back here in 2 years. Hopefully not.
Yeah, it's the last Worlds here in Spain, so that's why I changed the body shell to my 2012. But I got so many people just keep that if you go to a final. I said yes, so I made the main, so I have to keep that design forever now.
Well, I'm a big fan of that. I remember when I started RC, I was following you and you had that paint scheme, and I was a big fan of it. Really good job, Robert, and congrats for 7th overall. Thank you for the interview.
Thank you for you.
Okay, here with Joao Figueiredo, 8th overall, just behind Robert. And you guys had a fight all through the main with different guys. At the end, you kind of got stuck with Mason with a broken tire. Kind of got unlucky in a few situations there. Yeah, your first A main, World's A main, 60 minutes behind. How does it feel now?
I'm tired, super tired. But yeah, I might be at least. I mean, I did the main. I finished 8th. It's not that bad. I mean, 8th in the world. It's pretty good, I think. But yeah, the main was kind of strange. Like I got a nice start. I got like up to 5th, I think. And then I did some crashes, got dead last. And I was trying to recover. At some point, I was driving with Bruno and we were clipping really fast laps because my dad was telling me we were like doing 47. I was like, okay, maybe if we can get back up. But then for some reason, I mean, the tires got bald. I think everyone got bald. I'm not sure. I'm probably the car a bit too soft and got wobbly in some parts, but yeah, overall it was a fun main. I'm happy I could make it. We'll see again in 2 years, I suppose.
Yeah, your first Worlds with Tekno, also the sort of number one name here for the brand. I was in the press booth with the Tekno media guys watching it. Do you think this is that they will appreciate this result as well? And what do you think forward? Do you think you want to be more involved with the Tekno, and because this is a big result for you and them both?
Yeah, I mean, we've been working really hard. I think I've been speaking a lot with Daniel Lewis and also with Ilias, but mostly with Daniel regarding some stuff here for Europe and what I feel, and I think it's the best. We actually agree in a lot of stuff, which is good, so it's like a good teamwork with them. But yeah, I want to be as close as possible to the factory and help us develop, at least for these kind of conditions, because I mean, my car was good, but there's always room for improvement for sure. As you can see, the other guys are just flying since lap 1 till that last lap. But yeah, I'm super happy. No words. I mean, 8th, whatever.
Yeah, you're the 8th best 8-scale driver in the world. How does that feel to say?
Good, really, really good. I don't have words.
Yeah, congratulations for your results here at the Worlds. Wish to see you at a lot more events in the future. You've been really fast all year, and big switch in your career, and you prove that you can come through it. All the good for you in the future, yeah, and thank you for the interview.
Thank you very much, guys, for everything, and let's have more races like this.
All right, we're here with Marcus Kaerup, 9th overall here at the World Championships. Probably, let's put it this way, if I told you last week before we came here that you're going to be finishing 9th, you'd say this is my biggest dream. But now, what's your feeling? You still happy?
I'm really happy. I mean, it couldn't have been better. I never raced this long. I mean, the 60-hour main was killing me after 30 minutes. I've never done 60 minutes driving straight. So yeah, I'm super happy. I would have never guessed that I could, finish 9th overall. I'm super happy.
Yeah, that's actually a good point. You have never done 60 minutes in a row, right?
No, never.
Yeah, so I think you're actually one of the only guys on that driver's stand who had done that. Do you feel, do you have this feeling in you, like if you really pushed 8 scale, you could have been fighting for the win, or are you just happy that this is the result now and you're gonna look like for the future maybe doing more 8 scale, or what do you feel now?
For the amount I'm doing 8 scale, I wouldn't even have guessed I would have been top 20. But yeah, for sure. If I did 8 scale like all the time, like all of these guys does, maybe top 3 easily. I definitely had the pace to go up there. I just made too many mistakes. In 10 scale, you don't really have to adapt to tires and engine and stuff changing. It's all the same for the 6 or 5 minutes you drive. So I don't think I'm gonna do 8 scale like full time in the future. It's just gonna stay the same as it is now. Probably a bit more 10 scale, as I feel really comfortable driving them, and I'm really happy how they are. The 8 scale is fun sometimes. It's just too much relying on engine and tires and stuff.
Yeah, but this is a big result for Associated. Obviously, last Worlds, I think there was only Ongaro in the main, now 2 cars in the main. How has the team taken this? Because they probably wasn't expecting this good of a result either.
Brent and Saxton were really happy. They were congratulating me and were saying that's awesome drive, buddy. It's awesome. I couldn't be more happy, and I don't think that the team could have been more happy to how the results ended up being. Davide taking the Worlds and me being in the final. We could have Jona as well, but unfortunately he crashed on the last lap, which is I feel sorry for him, but it is what it is.
Yeah, Marcus Kaerup, going into 10 scale Euros in a week of now, so you're gonna be going home and practicing for the Euros?
I don't have the time to practice because of school, so I'm probably just gonna show up Monday and then try to drive in 10 scale again.
All right. Some people were saying this track was like 10 scale, but big. So how did you feel? Did you feel the track, the jumps and the elevation and stuff, was kind of like carpet or AstroTurf racing from 10 scale?
You can't really compare this to 8 scale or 10 scale. I know a lot of guys say that this feels like 10 scale, but it's not. It doesn't really, because if you grip roll or something, it does it instantly. Here you just kind of slide and then roll. It's not really instant response, if you could say it like that, and I don't think you have as big of a jumps as in 10 scale as you do in 8 scale, but it's nice.
Yeah. Marcus, you had really good results this week. It's been a pleasure having all these interviews with you, seeing kind of you going through the ranks, and they're making it all the way to the 60-minute show. Huge congrats for your results, and thank you for the interview.
Thank you.
All right, Mason Fuller. I don't know actually where you ended up. I think you was in 10th. Yeah, you ended up 10th overall. A good run. You was there in 4th. You was fighting for these guys. You had quite a good gap at times too. In the end, you was fighting for, I think, sixth position. But you had an issue with the tire coming undone. they basically wore through. How was the main for you? Anything you can take home from this?
Yeah, at the start my car was really fast. I felt like I could pass quite a few guys, get up to that top 4, top 5 range. And then we had a couple blowouts, the front tires. So my car had like no steering with like 10 minutes ago. I mean, because the phones were about to come out. But overall, I'm pretty happy with the 10th place. My first Worlds main, so I can't be too disappointed with that.
Yeah, one thing that has to be said, still the best American. So it's maybe a bit tough thing to say, finishing 10th at the Worlds and saying you're the best American. But I think considering the circumstances, you guys were coming in a bit of a back foot. How do you think, next Worlds are going to be in America? So how do you think, that's going to change? Do you feel like you could have been there fighting for the win if it was more comfortable at the beginning for you? Or do you think, it would still be really tough to challenge some of these guys?
I think it definitely would have been closer, or maybe more of us would have been up there. But I mean, the next Worlds, I think there'll be more Americans for sure in the semis, the main. But yeah, happy to be the top American, even though it's still 10th place, but not too bad.
Yeah. Also, I think for you, especially what impressed me was the sort of thing that you consistently improve throughout the week. Do you think if you'd come here more often, come here next time, you could be really challenging these guys? Do you think you could really find some things that would give you the extra pace?
Yeah, I mean, I think my car was like perfect. And then if I started out with that at the beginning of the race, I think I would have been farther up there. But still, good race and happy with it.
Yeah. We saw some good moments. You was battling with Joao Figueiredo and these guys. I don't know if you guys do that much 60-minute racing in America, because most of the mains are 30 or 45. How was that sort of whole 60 minutes for you, and especially the way you was battling, because you was in the pack the whole way through, except for the very beginning?
Yeah, I mean, I've done a couple of nationals pretty much battling like that. So, I mean, it was a long race, but with the long laps, it honestly felt pretty short. Not too bad.
Okay. Yeah, 10th overall. I think you go home happy. As I said, top American. Congrats on your results, and yeah, thank you for the interview.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay, Ricardo Berton, 11th at the Worlds. Not maybe the best, but still you made the main. You was in the beginning. You was really fast. You was in 5th, fighting for the guys. You had issues with tire wear, or do you think you just was tough to hold up there?
Yeah, it was a quite difficult main, I have to say. Yeah, we were happy to be in the main, but then we struggled a bit. I made some mistakes. Then I had no collaboration, I think, from the car, from the tires, because the other guys were very fast, and I honestly couldn't keep up their pace. So yeah, it brings me to make a lot of mistakes. But yeah, I mean, we were in the main, so I'm happy about that. But yeah, honestly, I didn't know where I should have finished. I have no idea. So, but yeah, we take 11 and let's see.
Yeah, this obviously for you with Infinity now making the World Championships a big step for you guys. You had a small team here, but you still have one car in the main. Tough Euros coming into this event, but then Montpellier win earlier on this year. Do you think there's some things you can improve on for the future, sort of to be there with the Ongaro and with Canas and so on?
Yeah, I mean, we started the year really well, and then it was very difficult for me to understand why sometimes we were so fast and sometimes we are not able to keep the pace. So honestly, I think a lot about that, but it's difficult. It's difficult to say. I have no idea if we will try to reach the top of the top guys, but yeah, it's not easy. They are super fast. But yeah, let's see. The car just came out, so I think we are going maybe to do some progress. But yeah, anyway, let's see what the future will bring. Difficult to say how to improve from my side. Honestly, I don't know.
Yeah, you was one of the drivers who went to America earlier on this year in the DNC. You made the A final there, which is a good result going in from perspective of the European. Next Worlds are going to be also in America. How do you feel going there? Do you feel that you're going to be comfortable there, or do you think you're going to go do practice or go to more of these American races?
Yeah, I mean, of course, for the next tour, we have to change something. If we want to fight for the win, for sure. We made the main, but yeah, I mean, because we were there probably in the right moment. Then I was not able to keep the pace of the fastest guy, so I have to face what's the reality it is. And yeah, of course, I think we will need some practice there. But yeah, I think we don't give up. We will not give up. And we will try to do something to improve if we can, and if you don't know if we will get or not, but of course we will try.
Yeah. World main, still good results for you, Ricardo, and yeah, good luck for the next races. Good luck for the future for you. We hope to see you on the top step more often as well, like we see you in Montpellier. And thank you for the interview.
Thank you, guys. Good job to you for the awesome work.
Thank you, Ricardo. Thank you. All right, we have Berkan Kilic after a 30-second final, unfortunately for you. Right in the first lap, you landed the back jump, a technical failure for you. I know it must bum you out because you were starting third. We were talking about, you having good chances. So what's your feeling now?
It's just like, I have no words left. Like at the Euros, I was on P2 8 minutes ago. The car breaks. Now, not even one lap. So now I can laugh about it, but it's like I'm fucking destroyed. I have no words left. Like I know, like when I just like saw the rest of the final, like everyone flamed out. I had so many mistakes, but my car was like so good. Tires, like I was just waiting for like the last 30 minutes, and I knew I had the best tires, but like. When you don't even finish one lap, so like, yeah, and like what happened is just like I went into the jump and like I had no steering, so I landed, didn't control my car, so I made the mistake, and everyone thought like I flamed out, but the servo just didn't work, so yeah.
Yeah, obviously, maybe not much things to take away from this main final, unfortunately for you. But there's going to be new Worlds. There's going to be Worlds in 2 years. Are you able to look up to that already?
Yeah, of course. I'm already want to win like everything, like the next 3 years. But we're right now here. We live the moment right now, and of course I want to go on the podium or win. But it is what it is. It's just like my luck this year is just incredible, and yeah.
Yeah. Really unfortunate final for Berkan. Luck wasn't on your side today, but still good job in the semis, good job in the qualifiers. You've proven your speed here, and I think you still have many more years to sort of have the chance to be at the World's final and have the chance to be on the podium. So congrats for all those things, and yeah, thank you for the interview.
Thank you.